My word, probably no audio on that one, I'm afraid, but I was just trying to stream a bit of Jen. She's running in the background. This is Jennifer Stephenson on the live Wiggly Warm Up, which there's a lot of people clapping in the background. Yes, Jen. Hopefully you were probably watching that one on Jen's own channel. Sorry about the lack of audio there. It was going a bit wrong. I got a little bit of a sample rate mismatch. Anyway, thank you for that. If you're wondering what this is, it is the Mr. Wiggly Sunday live stream, and I guess here we go. Normal service will now be resumed. Well, hello everybody. Let's see why I can hear myself twice. That's a great start, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's okay. Can you hear me? 1, 2. I guess it's the other mics in the room. Hold on a second. That's better. I turned up Mrs. Wiggly's microphone so loud and even forgot to switch my lights on. So here we come with full brightness. So loud today that actually I can hear myself through Mrs. Wiggly's microphone in the background. So welcome one and all. What have we got? That was Jen Stephenson, who is going to be a guest on today's show. She's doing a live stream Wiggly Warm Up, which was only on Facebook. So I tried to kind of rebroadcast it just to people who obviously weren't already watching it on Facebook, but that will be available shortly for everyone to watch, which is really cool. And she is in her own van. She's got the Wiggly, well, it's not really a Wiggly van, the Jen Stephenson Wham Bam thank you van. It's amazing. She's got a deluge in there, a load of stuff to live stream, and is living the life of kind of Riley, really, just travelling around the countryside doing whatever she wants in this wonderful van, which is just brilliant. And she's got me looking at vans. Not that I'm going to buy a van and travel off around the countryside, because we're fabulously happy where we are, but it's a rabbit hole to go down. Then I ended up in a Facebook group for old American cars that have been imported to the UK, looking at all these crazy things, and you kind of go, oh yeah, that'd be so nice. And well, they don't have the money or the garaging or the knowledge of anything remotely to do with being able to fix cars like that. But wow, welcome to everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to Tollington, 10 Mil, Carl Phoenix, Piero the Acid Clown. Good evening, sir, and evening to everyone that's come in from the Clown Army this evening to see the wonderful Eric Lewing, who is our guest today, alongside Jen Stephenson, who it just depends on the connectivity in the van if she can jump in, but I'm looking forward to that if she can. Morgan Juniper, hello to you. Jonathan Cross, hey. Tony Duncan, brilliant. All previous guests on the show. Fanatic 12,000, Ollie Linear. I know there's a few people saying, sorry, there's no audio at the beginning. I was kind of doing my best. Hopefully you're still with us. Keith in Watford, Synthetic, Tyson the Body Electric, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. If you've come over again from Jamie's stream as well, I couldn't even trail the show with Jamie today because he had I think he's got space for 4 guests, and he was up to his limit on the guests. But thank you for letting me know that, Jamie. And your show was ace, by the way. I was listening to it in the background, so it's lovely to see the people that were on that show appear to have popped over here to catch our one, which is fabulous. Hey to Grace Griffin. I don't know if you're still in Stonehenge. Jeez, what am I talking about? Glastonbury. Are you still there? I think you were doing Paolo Nutini's Sound, which was a surprise gig. So I wonder what that was like, doing a surprise gig in Glastonbury. Anyway, they picked the right person for the live show, so fantastic. What are you saying there, Piero, about the URL admin on the Wiggly Show? We can give you a link to anything you like, sir. Right, what else has been going on? there has been a lot of stuff. Oh, I've got this bell here. It's really useful. I don't have the wiggly horn going on, but I do have one of these. For reasons that will become obvious in about 20 minutes at 7:30, we have a massive surprise for you coming at 7:30, which is just so exciting. But we have to keep the noise down. So that might give you a clue. However, I got the bell, I've got the horn to fill in the background. So I'm sorry we may not raise quite so much money today, but I can switch it on probably around about 8 o'clock again. So, yeah, Grace Scriven, are we all going to Stonehenge tomorrow? I don't know. I think my brain's gone. Can't get the right words out these days. First of all, while we're waiting for Jen, hopefully she can join us, let's introduce the fantastically wonderful, talented, amazingly kind of hilariously entertaining and positive person that is Eric Lewing. How are you doing, sir?
Yo, what's up?
Better late than never. Eric is, well, I met him through Clownfest and URL, as is so often the case of a lot of people who come and join this stream. Eric, however, is a bit of a celeb in that environment. He's a admin on that kind of stuff with Jen and also with Gazem, who is in Tasmania. And he's been on the show. He was on one of the early ones. It's brilliant to see. And he's only here because it's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning for him. And Monday's kind of a work day as well. So we thought it was best to just stick with two people. But Gazem, if you're in a position where you want to come on at any stage, you are the ultimate guest for us, and we love you. But yeah, Gaz, as Tony says, Gaz is probably still sleeping. So the Wiggly family will be along about 7:30 for the quiz with this incredible, kind of amazing treat for us all, which I can't wait for, but I can't tell you about. And then we'll have a chat with Eric afterwards, Jen, if she happens to be here, about music, about how he put stuff together, about how he got into music, how did he hear about the Clown Army and stuff. Hey to you, Yellab. So we got some quiz lined up for later. I guess what we could probably do is we raised a ton of money over the last couple of weeks, but I'll bring that in a moment or so. Maybe without putting too much stress on Eric, can you kind of give us an idea about what got you into music in the first place, and why you love music so much? We talk about kind of past, present, and future. So if you look at the past, what kind of got you into this state?
So for me, it was just curiosity, honestly. I'd seen and heard all sorts of different stuff, in the music I was listening to, and I couldn't help but wonder, like, how did they do that? And so that kind of sent me down a rabbit hole, Back in the day, I used to hang out with my buddy in his garage, and it's kind of a jaded story, but we used to kind of jam out with our guitars and stuff, and
oh, that's neat. So proper garage band stuff then. So kind of no synths involved at that stage?
Nah, no synths at that stage, no computers, none of that kind of stuff. Really, he was an amazing guitarist. He would just go to town, and I
nice.
I would be, kind of sitting there like doing sound effects in time with the amazing playing he was doing.
Right. It's the best way to learn. Best way to learn.
Yeah.
I got stuck with but a brilliantly worked in a band where the singer was a keyboard player, and he was a brilliant keyboard player. He was like a Motown staff writer guy, and he could just play. And I used to go, I was so inferior. I still am. He's just got that natural kind of talent. But having him go, hey Dominic, can you play this? And I'd be like, yes, I can. And about 2 days later, I'd come in and go, yeah, that's it. Now try this one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good way to learn, I guess. So guitar was your first instrument.
I didn't really play it very successfully, to be honest with you. I got more lost in the effects pedals.
Oh yes. What was your first pedal?
Oh God, it was a cheap Behringer, just Echo, a cheap Behringer Echo.
What a revelation though, when it kind of goes, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, exactly. Can I just say a massive hello to Mr. Kent Spong, who's in the chat. Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong? He's like, he hasn't been so well last couple of weeks, and I've had a couple of messaging stuff with him. It's so brilliant to see you around, Kent. I hope you're okay. But I know you've been under the weather for the last couple of weeks, and you're such an amazing... an amazing part of this show and this whole process. I still have no memory of the last 2 weeks. Well, you've clearly forgotten the TB303, which I'm picking up tomorrow, and the CS80, which you said you'd lend me from next weekend. So I'm hoping that's still on. No, it's not really. I hope you're all okay and everything is cool with you. And by all means, if you want to go off and sleep, then do sleep. I should probably, because he's such a dude, play the any excuse. Man. Yeah, get well, and any excuse to play this thing that we set up for you ages ago. Chrissy Rock, who's an actress over here, made this for you. So yeah, get well soon, mate. Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong? Oh, yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Let's try the different one. That's obviously not it.
Hiya, this is a message to Kent. This is Chrissy Rock here, award-winning actress and comedian from TV Benidorm. You wouldn't think so, would you? Just got out the shower, but never mind. So, I hope you're well. I'm here to ask you a big question that's on everyone's lips, okay? Kent Spong can tell me what's wrong. Is that some sort of Da Vinci Code message? It says, good luck with your career in synthesizer repair. I hope that means that. Lots of love. Have a fabulous day. Tra, 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 tra. From Mr. Wiggly and me, Chrissy Rock. Love ya.
Oh, the wonderful Chrissy Rock. We should say, where are you? You're in the US, aren't you? I should have introduced you a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, yes. I am in the Tampa Bay, Florida area.
Very
right
nice.
Outside of Tampa. So
a lot of jealous comments going on about your bedroom.
Yeah, this is the office at the house, you know.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it says people saying how many 1210s they could fit on that bed, and you know. It's very smart.
I think we should do something official with that. How many 1210s can we fit on that?
That should be a quiz question. Excellent. Excellent.
I'll get the dimensions and everything and do the math for everybody. And the closest person gets a Fanatic 12,000 cowbell.
Oh, man. Oh, Jen S., how are you doing? You have arrived. You are very, very welcome to hit the button and join in. And if you haven't, I missed you. It was just because I was trying to find the video about lovely Kent, who is in the chat with us, who also put so much money into our charity, Luna May's charity quiz. It's insane. I will mention that a little bit later on because we've smashed £5,000, which is over $6,500 for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital as a result of the quizzes and these streams. So it's just brilliant. Anyway, so there's you with your echo pedal and your guitar. Yeah. What happened next?
We got lost down a microphone. We introduced the microphone and ran the microphone through some effects too. Nice. Of course, we got, all bearing your cheap stuff, we were just kids, broke, some reverb, the guitar synthesizer, of course.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it got real fun. We never did any recording and stuff. And I regret that, because we were jiving back then,
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
It was all about the fun,
When are we talking? What kind of year was that?
2007, 2008.
Okay. Yeah. That's
like
that.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then what? Yeah, what brought you into synths and URL and all that kind of stuff?
Well, up in corn country, South Dakota, that's where I was raised, you know.
Right.
Electronic music wasn't really big up there, you know. No, everybody's into their rock and roll, you know, and their country and stuff, you know, up in that part of the country.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
In 2010, I moved down to Florida. That's when
Which
I
is
moved
a little
to
bit
Florida.
more in touch with electronic music, I would imagine.
Yes. And, you know, of course, didn't take me very long being a young man to find all of the parties and stuff.
Of course.
And that same curiosity got me, man. I'm like, what is this noise I'm hearing, you know? Like, I'm used to, you know, all my exes live in Texas. You know,
Fantastic.
I'm all of a sudden, you know, exposed to, like, you know, 150 BPM, you know, bah, 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 you know?
Wow.
So the curiosity got to me again. And I had a buddy who, he actually did rap beats and stuff, you know, for rappers. And he had an old copy of Sony Acid that he just gave to me for free, you know. So I loaded that up on my laptop and started playing around, you know.
Right. Oh, wow. And that's how a lot of people get into it, actually. I mean, what were you listening to around about that time? Can you remember? Well, you know, stuff that would have made you go. A lot of people on here were saying, well, I heard this tune and I wanted to know how it was made, which is kind of what you alluded to before. It's like, you know, I want to make tunes like that. Do you know what's going on? But I'm just trying to think. 2008.
I can't really pinpoint one song. You know, at the time it was always, you know, at parties, you know, and something I would hear in a mix. You know, I don't tell Mark though, but there was some trance involved.
There's nothing wrong with trance.
Involved. I'll probably get kicked out of admin.
Trance is fun. I mean, definitely some of the stuff I've done on without really knowing what I was making, to be honest, on Clownfest has been veering towards the trance. Not quite psy-trance though, which I think is where his major issue is. But I will.
Also, Florida is got a lot more open LGBTQ community.
Right on.
And so, you know, all of the different bars and clubs and stuff I was going to was playing, you know, a lot of the kind of classic trance kind of stuff, you know, you name it. No, it's funny growing up in London a lot earlier than where you were growing up over there, because I was playing with like Boy George and some kind of really quite changing times, you know. So you know, HIV was beginning to come out, but whatever. Back then, the best clubs around were the gay clubs that were running in London. The music was brilliant, and probably true now, except I don't go clubbing that more. But it was so eye-opening and wonderful to be involved in that scene. The energy is different at those places.
And the positivity and the whole thing, you know, and it's hilarious as well. So it's just like, this is such a brilliant environment to be. Hilarious in a way of just everything is so over the top sometimes and crazy.
And me coming from South Dakota, you know, I was this nervous little boy at these places, you know, and anytime there was a drag queen show, anything like that, it's like they could smell the fear coming off of me or something. They'd be like, and hone in on me and just.
Oh man, how like, funny! How funny!
How embarrassed can we make Eric?
Yeah. Of course, I can imagine. Wow. Jen, if you're in the chat, well, you are in the chat. Don't panic if you can't make it in. I'll happily send you the link if you need it. I think it's in your messages. But brilliant show. We streamed a little bit on here just towards the end as we went live without sound, because I think everyone was listening on the Facebook side of thing, and that's my bad. But yeah, really, really good show. It shows you can shows the van works. I think it's amazing that you can spin with
the concept of the jam in the van,
isn't it? And there were people outside the door kind of giving a huge round of applause at the end. She's playing for people? I didn't know it
that.
Seems to be. I didn't know whether they like it or not. I think she may be joining us. Hold on one second. Jen, how are you? That was brilliant. It's lovely to see you. Let me just. No, it was amazing. Let me just see if I can edit your mic slightly. Okay, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear us okay? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, how was that then? And who are the people outside applauding?
They were... So we're having a party in 3 weeks for about 200 people. And once a month for the last 4 months, we've been preparing the site. So from kind of diggers leveling the ground to...
Oh, fantastic.
Up and things like that. So we're here on a crew weekend before the party, but there's a lot of partying that goes on as well. So
of course, that's fantastic.
Party.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And how's the van after all the work? I know people who don't know Jen, hit her up on Facebook or watch the Facebook stream, Jen Stephenson with PH. Yeah, I mean, she's gone through quite a lot with her beautiful van in terms of buying it and then having to sort out a lot of welding work and everything. But it's ended up what looks like a really amazing place.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, very happy with it.
Oh,
yeah.
Idyllic. I did. I'm sorry, say that again.
I think the term is pig in shit.
I thought you said I did go over budget. Cut you off. Can you don't have to say exactly where you are, but what area of England are you? In the south or the middle or the top?
Just outside Monmouth, where Tim Jenkins.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's really cool.
On the Welsh border.
And so are you giving up living in normal houses, or is this going to be weekend jaunts only? It looks very tempting, I think.
No. This is just for fun. Yeah, no, I'm not. I couldn't live in it. What would I do in my hydros? Where would my 26?
Yeah, that's true. I guess you've got some kind of batteries and inverters or something to make it all work, right?
It's both the TD3s. I run off these kind of battery packs.
Oh, cool.
Brilliant.
Battery packs. The deluge is battery. Cool. The mixer is one of these little dude Bristol things.
Hey, you can get one that costs about £1,700 from Teenage Engineering's if you want to upgrade.
Yeah, so and the monologues battery and the pedals battery, that's it really.
And fantastic. What, you just run out a laptop? Oh, wow. Round of applause for Jen for doing the wonderful, wonderful pre-stream stream. And you should do this every week if you don't mind. But thank you so much. It was really epic. Thank you. So big love. Big love and hugs in the chat. And after this show, are you doing any recording or anything we can trail for you or point people at to follow you and so forth?
What, tonight? Sorry?
Anything that we can promote for you to say go and buy this or follow me here.
I'm on Bandcamp. There's one track. Not really. I'm still at that stage, to be honest. I'm still doing the music course, aren't I? So I'm not in a rush to try and push people at my music because I'm still learning. And I know that will always be the case. But I feel that give it another 12 months and I might be at a stage where it's really cracking. You know, like This is more fun, really. I spent 2 or 3 hours making that. And
really?
As much as it, yeah, I made that this afternoon. What I played today, I wrote between 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock this afternoon.
Wow.
That's the way, though, isn't it? My goodness. That's fantastic.
That's the whole idea, is I can write it in the van and then just do a quick jam. So it's not something that's going to stand up against something that I've put hours and days into, really. It's more fun.
I'm surprised sometimes. It was really good. Yeah, sometimes it kills me that you can do something in a couple of hours and you can spend 3 days on something and actually the thing that you did in a couple of hours has just got something about it that doesn't matter how long you'll spend. It was brilliant. Anyway, really, really good. Hey, and you posted something, the course that you're doing on electronic music and so forth. You posted this really cool thing, which was bass on the kick gives it push and bass between the kicks gives it groove, right? It's a really, really good way of looking at it.
That's what Rick, the course guy, said on it. And it's really interesting. If you set up a bar and just put 4 bass notes on the kicks and then just do another one but put 2 bass notes halfway between or on the third section, and you can instantly hear it. It gives it a bit of funkiness, doesn't it? And,
yeah.
And the other one is just pure bang, 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 bang on the kick.
Yeah, really good, really, really good. And if you play around with the quantize a little bit, so you're pushing the ones in between. I'll tell you the thing. It's really weird, but if you listen to the Michael Jackson dum 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 dum, I think it's Billie Jean, isn't it? It just starts with a kick, a snare, and a hat, and dum 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 dum. But it sounds so groovy, and I've actually gone in and just kind of got the beats and put them and seen where they've lay and within the bars to try and work out how it sounds so groovy. And it's impossible, but they all move all over the place. It's brilliant. So yeah, and they're on and off the beat, so absolutely crazy. Oh, hold on a second. All right, it's a good job you're here, Jen. Actually, we have the most amazing surprise for you. Hold on one second. It's being nearly 7:30. We got it. Well, it's a surprise for everybody in the chat. Hold on one second.
Hello.
You might need to adjust your camera a little bit. Mrs. Wiggly in the house.
It's killing
me. Anticipation. There we go. All right, there is a new member of the Wiggly household.
Oh. Stop it. My heart can't take it.
How cute is that?
Oh.
How cute.
Is that a King Charles?
It is. It's a King Charles Spaniel. And I can't tell you her name yet because it's part of the quiz. But she is, well, I can't tell you that actually because that's part of the quiz. But yeah, she's very young. Because you can guess. But the pup is a big part of the quiz. But it's a girl. And Lula May has literally obviously been, I would say for the last 2 years, asking, this is not a passing fad, asking for a puppy and a dog. And there she is. Isn't it been good? So yeah, as the Wiggly Tribe, yes, as our beautiful cat Frank passed away a couple of weeks ago. This was kind of meant to be in some ways because I was talking to a breeder about, I was looking for rescue dogs and breeders about dogs, and one became available literally last week as a cancellation from someone who decided that they couldn't get it. So yes, she's joined the Wiggly family. How cool is that? Do you want to do the quiz, Jen, or do you want to head off and do some maintenance on the site? It's entirely up to you.
Too long because I haven't eaten dinner, and I'll be honest with you, we've got lots of alcohol and a big set of there.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm gonna fail the quiz.
Thank you so much for the pre-show. Thank you so much for being there, as always. Thank you for being a wonderful person, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.
Have a lovely show, all of you. Bye.
Thank you. Big love to Jen. Thank you. So I guess it must be quiz time. So we got Lula May on the back camera now rather than the camera here because yeah, it's just much easier with the pooch. And it's going to be like most of these questions, funnily enough, are about a dog. It's a girl, 10 mil. Excuse me. It's a girl, 10 mil. Well, just asking if it was a boy or a girl because that isn't part of the quiz. Jen is amazing, absolutely amazing. And I didn't even think about everything battery powered rather than worrying about kind of inverters and stuff within the van. So, yeah, wonderful person. Okie doke. Have you seen the quiz before, Eric? Have you caught any of the previous quizzes? Doesn't matter if you haven't.
I have.
Okay.
I have. I'm nervous about this part.
Oh no, there's no right answers or wrong answers. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me see if I've got the questions. I'll have to look up here. Somehow I've managed to. Oh, they're under here. Hold on. This is the reason why we don't have the wiggly horn running in full effect. Okay. Because we didn't want to scare the beautiful pups. All right, let's. I need to look at my questions up here. All right, everybody in the chat, if you're new to this, it's a fun quiz. We use it to raise money for Great Ormond Street, so you don't have to give any money this week. Normally what happens is if anyone donates via Super Chat, this massive hooter, real hooter, goes off in here, deafens us all. Everyone has a good laugh, and it's well worth the donation. I can show you a picture of that if you want, but it is switched off at the moment. Here is the Wiggly Super Horn. It's a Super Chat horn with real horns in it, and it got so loud that we had to cover it with the incinerator, so it literally looks like that.
But a lot of times when I'm watching your show, my partner
Right.
probably is wondering what
the hell is that
name
noise?
are you watching? every couple of minutes, you know.
It seems to work because every time someone donates, I'm like, oh goodness me, what's
And then my dog gives me the side look like.
Yes, quite.
lost it.
If anyone does give via Super Chat, you're very, very welcome. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but we've given, like I say, over £3,000 to Great Ormond Street via Super Chat messages. But you don't get the added bonus at the moment of the horn going off. So here we go with the quiz. Make sure in the chat you are viewing all chat, not just best chat or whatever chat it is. You need to see everybody's messages rather than the kind of top voted ones, and I can never, at 52 shows, I still can't remember what YouTube called it, but it's all part of the fun. And yeah, Eric's got an advantage because the chat is slightly delayed behind the thing, so you've got at least room for a couple of goes, I would say. Eyes down, and we should be ready in 2 seconds. Are you ready, Luna May? Ready, Mrs. Wiggly?
I am, but you might need to give me a hand with the answers.
Yeah, no worries. It's oh, look at you. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I need to plug you in. 1 sec. Try that.
What's our beautiful puppy's name?
What's our beautiful puppy's name? Any guesses, Eric?
Wiggly Wiggly.
Wiggly Wiggly. She's going to eat Mrs. Wiggly's quiz notes. Yeah, absolutely. Steve Elmer. Poppy? No, she is a girl. It is 2 syllables. Rainbow, no. Dizzy, no. Poppy, no. Diana, no. Cindy, no. It's actually a colour.
Color.
It's not a common colour. As the head, you did help choose the name. I'm not sure if the chosen name was used in the end, though. We were overridden by Luna May's great authority. Pepper. Pepper's a good name. Pepper is a good name.
Color.
Violet, Puce, Pinky, Ginger, Canned Heat, Pepper, no, Violetta, Pinky, Cowbell.
Cowbell. Fanatic.
That's a good one.
Did
Fanatic,
somebody
yeah.
already say Pinkly?
Pinkly, no, it's not true. Copper is probably closer than, yeah, it's probably no help that it is closer to that. Cinnabar Brown, it is a word for brown, Sinriser. It's think of eye colour.
Hazel.
Yeah!
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Sorry. Good work. I should have put this back like this throughout this whole thing, but dog was so beautiful.
That was almost a giveaway, though, when you said eye color.
Turn the volume down.
Well, yeah, that's okay though. It's not like the quiz is that easy, to be honest.
So that was one for Eric, yeah?
Yeah, one for Eric.
Well done.
1 down, 1 point scored.
done.
Very, very good. So
Right.
we could be
So
there.
we can
Professor
call her
Dixon
now.
was close.
Hazel, hey.
Yes. Yeah, Hazel. There's a few Hazels coming through now. I think some people try and cheat the system because of the delay. But actually, to be fair, it was a good clue. I will hold back on the clues a little bit from now on. Okay, are you?
Sitting on.
I don't think she might like. I don't know. Maybe she likes that. She's very calm.
She won't like the horn.
No, I've only got this one. Oh, that's not very loud. Hang on. Okay, are you ready? You ready, girls? This is now. I am the only male in a house of 4 people now. 3 girls, 1 boy, completely outnumbered.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, imagine that. Okay, next question.
What is Hazel's favourite thing to chew?
What is Hazel's favourite thing to chew? It's a
Your
toy.
shoes.
Ooh, good. We try and discourage that. dum, dum. What else is going on in the chat? Favorite? It is a toy.
The first
Nutty
a toy.
coloured.
A toy.
Yeah.
Is it one of those little lamb pie?
Oh, that is so close.
animals?
So close. It's not a lamb.
Oh.
Oh, that would be the second favourite, I guess. So, sorry. So if we go back to the first favourite, no, it's not an animal, but you've got very close for the second favourite. Should we do the second favourite first? Because you are so close. So her second favourite thing to chew is an animal.
Mrs. Wiggly's notepad.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
There's a new favorite in town.
It's a new favourite.
do we give it to homegrown?
What did they get?
He said fluffy pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's
is a
the
pig.
second best. Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Do you want to
switched
show?
this.
Do you want to show the second?
Yeah. we even have some video of it just to prove that it's her second favourite. Here it is. There she goes, taken by Lula May.
No.
All right, so we better go back, I guess, to the first favourite. So let's just see. What is her first favourite? First favourite, guys. I'm gonna say what is
It
my
might be Mummy's notepad.
Hazel.
It might be.
yeah. So it's another toy, but it's not an animal.
Is it one of those things that look like a bone? Little nylon bones? Or...
Close.
Hello.
Close. It's not a bone. It is edible. Should be Daddy's nose, to be honest.
Yep.
What's she doing? Chewing the headphones.
She's just trying to chew anything at the moment.
Except her toy.
Any other
is it
thoughts?
a rawhide?
Well, it is a chew toy, Magic Box, but you need to narrow it down on the chew stakes. It's an edible. It's a plastic version of an edible thing, and it's probably there's a lot of it grown where you were brought up.
Plastic corn?
Yeah!
My goodness!
You're on fire! The
I
man's
think
on
every
fire.
dog,
No.
every dog in the Midwest has one of those. It's a golden rule.
Very good work. Epi Mew was good in the chat as well with the sweet corn. Very, very good. Very,
Who?
very good. Epi Mew.
Yeah, Epi
Wow.
might have actually beat me by a bit.
It wasn't in real time, but probably with the delay. I think they were very, very close. It's definitely worth a go. All right, we have a couple more doggy style questions. Are you ready, Luna May?
Yeah. How many hours a day does Hazel sleep?
16 hours.
No.
I could just go through every number.
That wouldn't be very fair, though. Excuse me. Sentien's pretty close.
18. They say most dogs sleep about 20 hours a day.
Whoa! Yay! Oh, yeah, close.
That's close. Between Sentient and 20, you got it. It's the only one that's not been mentioned. Yes! Will Joseph got it as well.
Yeah, Will.
Well done.
Who got it? Who got it? Well, Joseph.
Half a point to Eric.
Half. And who
And
got
a
it?
point
Will.
to was it Will? Will Joseph got it. Definitely half a point to Eric though as well.
Keeping the standard of the 20 hours a day. I saw that on TV.
That's right.
One of those dog
If you look
shows.
it up, it's 20, and then we thought, well, it's probably not quite that, and 20 would be a bit too obvious as well. But
I'm
I don't think she
jealous.
does 20. I know, it's brilliant. She wakes up, goes bananas for, for about 2 minutes, and then
back out. Yeah, that's how Sydney is.
Hazel,
What's up? You okay over there?
stop
Everything good?
chewing the headphones.
No, not the headphones.
No, well, yeah, it's not gonna.
Ow,
This
that's
isn't
my
gonna happen
hand.
on a weekly
Hazel,
basis.
That's my hand.
This is just
Eat
today
the pig. Eat the pig.
because we
Eat
can't
the
control
pig.
her.
It's new to her.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I tell you, she's very happy. She's very, very happy. This is fantastic. I think it should
Gonna
be
be an internet superstar. one day.
exactly. Okay, how many? We got another couple.
More questions today.
Yeah, okay, a couple more to go. I think how much is Eric on now? 2.5, 3.5.
Eric's got 2.5, Epimu 1, and Will Joseph 1.
My word, you might be in line for the top spot. Stand by.
How many grams of food did Hazel eat at birth?
Not quite. You've muddled them up.
How many hours a day?
No, I muddled them up.
What?
I muddled them up. I actually wrote that. It should be how many grams did she weigh at birth? Sorry, my darling. That's completely my fault. How many grams did she weigh at birth?
I'm at a disadvantage because we go by pounds.
Ooh. Oh, gosh.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know the conversion off the top of my head.
I can... Okay, hold on. Keep an eye on the chat, please, Mrs. Wiggly.
Oh,
I'll do a quick conversion.
Yeah, you hold it.
go on, Mr.
Right,
let's have a
okay,
look.
let's see.
But I would say 3 or 4 pounds.
No, that's too high. How many ounces are in a pound? 12, isn't there?
Well,
Yeah, no, that's way too heavy.
Mama.
How are we doing? Anyone close?
I think, is it Gates Many Music is closest?
Gethsemane music. Yeah,
think.
Gethsemane's close with 300 grams,
See, me.
which is about 11 ounces.
fanatic. Tree Diddy.
350. 350, no. It's below 350.
Oh, is it Mordio? Mordio's got it?
Maldio,
Mordio, yeah.
where is he? I can't see.
There.
Maldio, 260. Yes, sir. Well done.
Precise guess, I gotta say.
Maldio,
Can you
spot
hold
on. Spot on. Lovely. Whoa! Yes, Maldio.
It's
Fantastic.
double yes.
Great to see you in the chat as well. Fantastic. Lovely to have you along, Maldio. You wonderful man. Yes. So, how are the scores doing, Mrs. Wiggly?
So, Eric's still in the lead, 2.5. Epimu 1, Will Joseph 1, and Maldio 1.
Okay, let's do one last one then and see how this one goes. So, one more doggy question to go. Here we go.
How many hours old is Hazel?
How many hours old is she?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's more than 1,000.
Well, I think most dog breeders keep in for 3 months before they release a dog to people.
It's about 10 weeks in the UK.
Yeah.
9 to 10 weeks. Yeah, that's right. People are close. It's 1,000 and something. Oh, John Alchemy is very close. 15, not quite.
Okay. 1,200.
No.
Higher.
Oh,
Oh,
my
is it
gosh. Magic Box will do. That'll do. 1684 is the right answer. Well done. Amazing. Did we show the video of her with the pig? I don't think we did. So just to prove Mr. Pig, here's Pig. Very long videos.
Where's the video of the corn?
This one.
Go!
Oh, I did show the pig already, didn't I? It was the corn that we missed. Oh, that's so squeaky. Man, okay. What else is there in the Lula line of questioning that we've got left? There is a Lula big question, but I kind of did it for you. If you're happy with that question.
Okay.
Yeah?
Wait, are we doing Lula May Logic or Big Question?
Which would you... Let's do the big question, shall we?
I'm watching Hazel.
You go.
It's fine, I got her.
You happy with that question?
Yes. What's the best thing about America? I need headphones for this.
You can wear one side of your headphones each.
I need
Where is it? Oh.
Mummy, give me the headphones. Hey, Hazel.
Giving you time to work this one out because it might be tough at the moment, I'm afraid. All right, the best thing in about America.
Wait, not ready.
Oh, sorry. Take your time.
There.
Ready? Okay.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Italian. Pizza's Italian, Professor Dick DeVete.
Is that what Professor did?
Yeah.
Pizza. Oh my word.
Oh man, I don't even know Disneyland.
Cheeseburgers. Moog.
French fries.
Oh, fries 10 mil. Yeah, that's quite good. I mean, America's very varied, right? Across, completely across different states with different ideas. What's the best thing about Florida, I suppose, might be a better.
The best thing about Florida?
Are you in Florida? Sorry.
Yeah,
or did I get... yeah. Sorry.
The weather?
Yeah. I guess so. Anything more profound?
The best thing about America is it's a melting pot, man. You got people from everywhere. You never know who you're going to meet. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know what the right answer is.
Yeah. No, there's no right answer. It's one of the big questions. Yeah, absolutely. That's really cool. Thank you. The melting pot. Thank you very much, sir. Do you have
No.
Do you have a Mrs. Wiggly's big question, Mrs. Wiggly? You just dumped on her.
I've not had any time to think about anything
you
since we've got this puppy.
Okay, so the last thing. Oh, there is a. Let's do. Do you have a joke?
Do Lula May Logic.
Lula May Logic. Okay, well this is over to you, Lula May. I'm not quite sure. That's fine.
We need
Do you want the intro music?
We need the video proof first.
You didn't give it to me.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot. Well, do that next week. But you know what you were going to say this week?
Yeah. Cows eat crocodiles.
Any reason why?
No,
Oh,
they do.
they do though.
Yeah.
You sure? You have crocodiles in Florida?
Crocodiles or alligators?
Oh, you have alligators, don't you?
Yeah.
Common mistake.
Cows eat them because they taste good.
Oh, I didn't realise you were right, Lula May. Amazing stuff. Wow. Well, there you go, folks.
Well, they do taste of chicken.
Do they?
Yeah,
Crocodiles?
they say
Yeah.
everything tastes like chicken.
I've had alligator and it tastes of chicken.
And crocodile or just alligator?
When I go to any restaurant and they serve alligator, I'm always suspicious that they're actually serving me chicken.
Wow, really? I didn't know that. It's that close.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
The camera's about to go.
Oh, no, get off my computer. No.
Oh my gosh. All right, you better finish with the joke, Lily.
What's the joke?
You ready for this one?
yeah.
Hang on a second. We'll call it a question.
Hazel.
I'll give you a question.
What is the scariest tree?
What is the scariest tree, everybody? Fishy chicken, says Maudio. Just going back to the alligators.
She's ripped a hole in the pig.
No, really? Oh,
The front.
wow.
There's a hole.
Uh-oh,
No, don't scratch the sofa.
No, not this one.
What do they call those trees in the cartoons? You know, anytime somebody's got to do an adventure into the scary woods and the trees, with little
Yeah, I know what
hands
you
and the
mean.
faces,
I
you
know
know?
what you- Yeah, no, you're overthinking this one, I've got to say, but you're right. Cynthia sounds like my wife's wondering what I'm listening to. I've no idea. A palm tree? No, this is a comedic question. What's the scariest tree? A Christmas tree? The one out The Evil Dead? A poultry? That's... Oh, my word. Kent Spong deserves an award for a cemetery. That's amazing. Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong? Very good. Not the answer here, but it's probably a better answer than the one I've got. Yeah. He's got his mojo back, which is fabulous. So a point to Kent, please, Mrs. Wiggly, for being spot on. I don't know if anyone's going to get this, which is kind of cool. I thought someone might. Shall we call it?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. What's the answer, Luna May?
Bamboo.
Got it. Oh,
I
bamboo.
really was overthinking. I would have never thought that.
Prof Dictaby, thank you so much for joining us. I know you have to go. You work very, very hard. You're honorary guest anytime you want to come on again. You were amazing. Check out Professor Dictaby's show.
Professor Dictaby.
And I'm guessing, is there anything else on the Luna May front? I think we're probably Luna May'd out with the quiz and everything. It's just...
No.
And no.
We might have to call it.
Shall we just concentrate on this new... Oh, look at that. Waving
What's this?
goodbye.
Hazel, look. Hazel, look.
Oh, you're frozen. Oh, no, there you go.
Hazel, what's this? Look, Hazel.
What the heck? Where's the treats?
Hazel.
Exactly.
No, she doesn't know treats yet. Too
She's
little.
not quite...
We're saving the treats for puppy school.
She's not quite... Yeah, puppy school. We have puppy school. Can you believe it?
Yeah. You can have treats at puppy
Thanks,
school.
Prof. Yeah, we'll get you back on very, very soon. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for coming along. We'll talk about some serious stuff in a minute.
Right. Is it time to say
Let's
goodnight?
just watch the dog play.
Can I say good
Turn
night?
around. Say night. Say night, Hazel.
No, Hazel. Oh, sweetie pie. Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
Night, everyone.
Bye, Hazel.
Nice to see you and speak to you,
give me
Eric.
my hand back. Ow. Give me my hand back.
It would actually make quite a good show, wouldn't it? We could just sit here watching
Yes.
Hazel. Okay.
Do like a little sideshow, you know, the
just
Hazel,
put-
the Hazel
Yeah,
minute or something, you know?
Hazel stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try and
Hazel's
turn on
Saturday
the
stream.
wiggly horn in a minute, but I don't know if I can.
No,
I
that's
can type
going to
fast
really
enough.
scare her. We need to go first.
No, I'm not going to switch it on while she's here.
Ow.
Right, okay, let's go. Oh my
Dog
goodness.
cams are really
No,
cool.
you can't do that whilst we've got her. No. Right, do
I think
you want
we
to grab
just,
her so we can go
just
down?
zoom
Say
in
bye-bye
on
to
the
everyone.
mayhem.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you next
Bye.
week.
Thank you, Luna May. Thank you, Mrs.
Bye.
Wiggly. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you, Cynthia and Sam,
guys
for the
rock.
congratulations.
I'll get the toys.
She does have a hazel mark on her head.
She got these right here.
My mum said Cavalier King Charles Spaniels have a spot on their head because of the king bit.
There we go.
Because
It's
of
like
what?
a little-
I didn't hear the last
They have a spot because she's got a spot in the middle of her head, and that's why they're King Charles Spaniels, because it's like a crown. I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure I've seen some without them, but yeah, or maybe one had them and that's why they called them. Thank you for all the love in the chat.
had one.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to all the love in the chat. Really, really fabulous. Koshtikai, you are now listed in the team of people who've donated, which is absolutely fantastic. In fact, let's do that whilst we're just getting everything else ready. Just to say huge thank you to everybody who has raised and given us money Let's just see if they've gone. What I'll do is, whilst this is running, I'll shut the door, turn the horn back on. But anyone who's donated via super chats since the beginning of time, really, I think we started this around show 10, and we're on show 52 now. We've raised £5,338. And thanks last week to Rotten Circuits, Olmore Frazzle, Thorsten Hines, Gethsemane Music, Steve Powell, Koshti Kai, Brown Wagyu, Robert Fatdust Hecht, and Andrew Brooks. Before that was the 50th show, which was insanely brilliant with so much stuff, particularly from Kent Spong and particularly from Ty Unwin. But yeah, £5,338 is $6,550 for our wonderful American friends. So thank you very much for that. And there's a big thank you video here, which I'd just like to... Oh, he says, is there? Which I would just like to run. Let's have a look.
Inside I give thanks and the highest praise. Ground myself to mama earth, connect out the space. Within the hallways of the heart, the mind in the state of being that I am as I vibrate. At a rate, oscillate like horse crystal mama may. Earth brother, honor and solidly say. Namaste, our heart is the brightest the sun, so we'll let it shine away. Overlap and envelop each other in love and light. Yeah. Simultaneously synchronized this energy, symbiotically sacred geometry. Contemplate the symmetry and this imagery as we integrate the knowledge. This wisdom, see what the symbols mean and bodies what the temple be. Where the life force energy resides in the chemistry. Bioelectric being the top and indefinitely receive and perceive to the physical machinery. Conceived by the source, recognize that it blessed be. Rolling and I can't breathe. Conscious living never hurt me. One love, energy and sexy. Wind your line to the champion sound. Baseman boom to the energy. Sunlight bread in a one way. One love, set your heart free. Wind your line to the champion sound. Winding time to the champion sound. Connect so with the earth pipe, link up the harmonized, left the termite, but beyond obsolete blessings, a birthright. We live a language, a lot warm in us all worldwide. Cosmic love.
Yeah, amazing stuff, right? Let me just drop that out of the studio, that other camera. Yeah,
I love that song too, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a track I put together with a good mate of mine actually a while ago, and we're trying to. Well, I was going to say finish it off. To be honest, it's pretty much finished. It just needs a little bit of mastering and some tuning around. But yeah, he's just utter genius. So yeah, it's really cool. And I kind of pulled it out when we were putting the show together first. I thought this would make a great tune.
You're like, wait, I got a spot for that.
Yeah, exactly. No, really good. What else was I going to say just quickly before we can? I'm just trying to find your video for the URL challenge. We've got the 80s one. And, do you want to do what you made, or do you want to do will you send us your stuff in thing just to show what you were up to? I found your video for let's have a look, the kitchen challenge. Yeah, let's do that one. Or your 80s one. Which one do you want? Kitchen challenge or 80s? 80s kitchen challenge. No. Let's try this one. Let's see.
You possibly can.
Oh, I don't know if my
Clown Army. Are you ready for next URL challenge? I sure as hell know I am. So with this challenge, we want to see you make the most distinctly 80s sounding track you possibly can. Okay? Now, with that said, we don't care. You can use hardware, software, analog, digital. Doesn't matter. You can cover an existing 80s song, or you can make your own 80s sounding track. Again, it doesn't matter. What does matter is capture that 80s feeling You know, capture the vibe. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, July 26th. Remember that date, people. You forget, you already know the spanking's coming your way. Alright? Let's hop in them studios. Let's have some fun. And let's make the 80s happen in the URL, y'all.
Amazing stuff. Fantastic. When's the closing date for that?
July 26th.
All right, so there's plenty of time.
That's when we're gonna do the URL special for the challenge. Like
fantastic. The previous challenge was a kitchen utensil challenge, which I did a nice country and western thing for. Loads of people did some amazing stuff.
I sang that for days. I was at work going, me and my horse. People were like, the heck?
What is that? Yeah, I know. I played it to Inky before I submitted it, and she's like, yeah, really? I think you should leave it private. Yeah, no, put it up there. But no, the talent was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh my God, yeah.
Andrew Brooks, thank you so much for the £5. The horn will be firing in a minute, and I will fire off a special one for you. That's very, very kind of you. If anyone else would like to donate for Luna May's quiz that she's just run, or for the stream in general, that would be amazing. Fire off your super chats. They all go to Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, which is a fantastic cause here in the UK. Oh yes, of course, Andrew, you were on Jamie's show before. So Jamie Morden runs a Geosynth stream on before us. That's definitely worth a follow. And then in terms of the URL challenge, so best way to find the URL is just search Unsigned Review Live on Facebook, and you find the Facebook group. And it's a whole, but basically the URL, if you haven't come across it before, is every Tuesday night, I think. Yes. And people just submit tracks, and we chat about them. Mark chats about them with some of his guests, and people in the chat talk about them in a very positive way. So it's not negative. It's not bitchy or anything. It's really, really positive.
That's what it's all about. You know, we help each other.
Exactly. We get loads and loads of collabs set up. All sorts of kind of, people have met other artists to work with, and groups have been formed off the back of it. And then the challenge has kind of evolved off the back of that, mainly driven by this wonderful guy here. So the first one was the 80s one. Sorry, the first one was the kitchen implement challenge. So everyone was kind of, sampling their instruments. Synth Addict was saying, I think further back up the chat, that he sampled all the instruments in his kitchen and they didn't have time to actually do the challenge after all that. I'm sure it's gone way back off up the chat, unfortunately, but I'll try and find it. But this one sounds great because I think loads of people are into the 80s. Oh, there you go, yeah. Synth Addict. There he is.
I'm stuck in the 80s most days.
Yeah.
I wasn't even born yet, but I'm stuck there,
Oh, and the first one was the One Synth Challenge.
One Synth Challenge, yep. And then we did the Venture Brothers sample challenge.
That's right. Which was sampling from I missed that one, but sampling from a little clip of cartoon, wasn't it? Which was really cool.
Yep.
Quite a challenge. Yeah, the One Synth one was cool. Too. I did the 2600, the Behringer 2600, which is still one of my favourite. I mean, so if you're going to use a synth to do everything, that's got to be high on the list because you can literally just use it.
Your submission to that challenge, and then also seeing some different things that Jen S has done.
Yeah. She's great. Too,
has given me a major case of gas.
Yeah. No, they are. It was one of my all-time wants as a synth, and I was going to try and get intended on getting the Korg one, which was really expensive, but I'd saved, and I thought, I've always wanted one of these. It is my dream synth. I'll sell whatever. And when I got in touch with Korg, and I realized they'd literally sold out, and it wasn't that past it. They really messed up, and they should have made more. Yeah. So it's like, take my money. I really want one of these, and it was just completely not there. Oh, Kent Spong, thank you. This horn isn't working. Kent Spong, thank you. Big love in the chat. £50. Kent Spong. Can you tell me what's wrong? Have the full one, Ken. It's really good. It started working. Wow, it's clearly working. I better shut the door. Hang on 1 second. Don't mind me. I'll be back in a second.
BRB.
There you go. I'll just shut the door just in case it's scaring the pup. I think I might be able to fire it off. That's for you, Andy. Andrew Brooks. Slightly half-hearted horn, but it's working. Kent Spong, thank you so much. Big love in the chat, please, for Kent. He's what a dude. Thank you very much, and I really hope you are feeling better indeed. Yeah, absolutely. We love you, Mr. Spong. Hazel's now, no, she's 2 floors down. We're very lucky where we are. That it's very hard to hear anything up here, but the door was open, so it wasn't completely soundproof. Hey, Sounds of Synth, thanks for joining us. Right, so going back, if you remember. Let's just.
How far back?
Way back. Let's just reset the questions for a moment. Hang on, I've got a good thing to do that. Where is it? Hold on. Maybe I don't. Hiding away something here. There is a back in the real world jingle, but I can't actually find it. It seems to have disappeared. Never mind. Oh yeah, here we go. And breathe. Lovely. So we were just talking about you before everything changed, getting into synths and wanting to recreate tunes and stuff. Let's just talk about you for half an hour or so, and just find out kind of what floats your boat and what gets, what makes you gives you the drive to make music and stuff. So you've ended up in Florida. You've bought some synths, some Behringer synths and stuff, made a little studio. How's it going?
So yeah, I ended up in Florida, going to different parties and stuff where I was hearing more electronic music,
Mm-hmm.
And a buddy of mine actually, because I was always saying like what is that noise? What is that? How did they do that? That's not a guitar, that's not a trumpet or whatever, how did they do that? Mm-hmm. And he pretty much just threw a free copy of Sony Acid at me.
Oh yeah, right. Yes.
And so I spent a lot of time, I loaded up on my computer, and Sony Acid's just kind of like it's real simple, loop based, arrangement stuff, So I spent a long time just like arranging loops and stuff and playing with different sounds and how they sound together, and butchering, leveling, and balancing the sounds for a long time,
Yeah.
till I could figure it out.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. It didn't take me very long though to get Ableton.
Okay.
Ableton, game changer. And again, when I first started with Ableton, I was doing the same kind of thing, taking a lot of their packs and stuff that come with Ableton.
Yep.
Just playing with the loops and different MIDI parts that they come and stuff. So
it's incredible, really. I mean, if I'd had that when I was a kid, it would have just been such a... Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know in the way that it would have changed. I mean, it's we used to spend a lot of time overcoming technical hurdles.
Yeah.
Rather than going, so it's just simple things like time stretching stuff to fit, or changing pitch without changing speed, and the kind of stuff that Ableton does under the bonnet automatically that you don't think about, was done in AKS 1000s and that kind of thing. So you, in some ways, you're freed up to to be more creative. In other ways,
Absolutely.
We didn't have sample packs and stuff back then, so you had a much more limited sort of sound set to be working with. So you'd be spending more time kind of programming sounds. Like at the end of every session we'd sample all the stuff that we'd used off the multi-track, so that save that kick drum, save that snare, and let it kind of improve.
Like creating your own pack, but
yeah, exactly. And there would be reasonably defended, I guess, quite well. You know, I mean, it's quite. It was being a pro session player. There's quite a lot of competition, so you know, if you had a really killing kick drum, you know, then obviously you might get more work.
It's like you stand out above the rest.
Yeah.
You know?
But I did. I was employed because I could do some of that technical stuff. I know. So you know, rather than potentially going and play keyboards, I'd be in to retune somebody's vocals or, you know, completely rearrange a track for a 12-inch version or something by moving vocals around, and you know, much more the technical stuff rather than the musical stuff sometimes, which now is just second. You know, if you imagine working on a chorus but having to rewind the tape at the end of every chorus playthrough. It's tiny stuff like that.
Keep
You're like,
the bottle of aspirin right near the console, please.
You don't run it around in a loop. You go.
When you think about it, with how far technology's come, it's so mind blowing.
And how far to go as well. How far to go. There's a question in the chat from the amazing Mark Gardner, who's the reason why you're here and I'm here and we're all here, really. How did you find Clown Army? That's a good question.
That is a good question. Actually, Mark, I found it because of you. I think I was kicking around another group. Don't quote me on this, but it was either Dallas or Hardware Jams, maybe. One of those groups, another group, and I saw the bathtub jam.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I was like, who is this maniac?
Couldn't get it out of your head.
With all of this gear in a bathtub doing a jam.
Oh man.
So that led me, that of course, led me to the URL group and stuff. And for the longest time, I was just kind of like a voyeur, hanging out in the background, watching, kind of thing. And
that was called Acid Bath.
I
think that was Acid Bath, wasn't it? That was I won't grab it. It's like 55,000 views to that video. It's basically Mark Gardner in a bath doing a jam. And it kind of would grab you to go, what on earth is going on in there? So can't argue with the numbers, I guess. Knowing that the tools exist is as vital as knowing how to use the tools. Yes, that's true. Absolutely. And in that same vein, Maudio is saying, I've always said Maudio, I think that's how you pronounce it. What's your favourite VST? Oh, Maudio. Wow. How do you say Maudio?
I say Maudio.
Okay.
I'm probably butchering it, but that's how I always say it. Maudio.
Maudio is saying, what's your favourite VST and why? Which leads on nicely from knowing about the tools.
Honestly, I stick to a lot of the Ableton supplied stuff. I'm not even gonna lie, they put a lot of thought behind their stuff. Other than that, and I'm not saying this because I'm on the Mr. Wiggly show, the Incinerator.
Oh,
the Incinerator. Yes, I got my copy a couple of years ago.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I use it a lot to really mangle some sounds, but then it's also really good subtly to add some characteristics.
Cool. I'm glad you mentioned that. No, it's very kind of you. I mean, it has sold really well, actually, but it's now needing a V2 to come out alongside some other plugins that are under development. So in case anyone wants to support me or the channel, mrwiggly.co.uk, it's mrwiggly.co.uk. I do release plugins, of which the first one is available but has been out for a while, and it really is the sound of that Incinerator that I popped on earlier, which
the one you showed us earlier is the one?
That one,
there.
Yeah. That is the real Incinerator, and other videos in this YouTube channel that you're watching, you'll see how it was made. But basically, put a mic and the speaker, put various mics and various speakers inside there, put the lid on, and recorded the impulse responses and wrote some algorithms around it. And basically, it kind of makes the air move. Do you know what I mean? It brings a bit of life to VST synth sounds, and it really does. It's very simple, very subtle. But yeah, so now I can't get rid of the picture.
You can drive it out to just out of this world sounds, or you can just a little crisp, subtle sound.
Yeah. It's a good trick. You don't need to buy the Incinerator to do that. But it started off as a conversation on Sonic State, which was like, yes, you can spend a lot of money on VSTs. Yes, some of them sound amazing. Yeah, they're great things, but just think of the simple stuff. You know, get a mic, get an SM57 or is it 58 or 57? I can never remember. You know, kind of a cheap mic off of eBay. Run your mix through your speakers in front of you and just record it back in, you know, and then mix a little bit of that in the background, and you're moving air, you know, you're getting the sound of the room. It's no longer as stale, and you're also, rather than taking a preset that's kind of set up in your DAW, you're bringing it to life with your own kind of take on it, you know. Yep. And you can push that to extremes, you know, you can go and play something in the subway and record it, or stick it in an incinerator or get a bucket or whatever, but you mix a little bit back in with the original and suddenly everything kind of, you know, just sounds more interesting. Oh, Piero's just said the troll I had when I released that was hilarious. Worth mentioning. I noticed, I did keep track of him. I've noticed very sadly his Reddit account has been closed because he was very obnoxious to someone else. Nothing to do with me about a year later, which I'm quite happy for. But basically I did a video saying it's the sound of a real incinerator and this is how I made it. And, you know, it's a VST. You can buy it. And he sent me this amazing long tirade saying, "You idiot, you snake oil salesman. Your plugin doesn't send your audio over the internet to your incinerator at all. It doesn't, you know, it's nothing to do with your incinerator." And I was
what is wrong with people, though?
Is that what you got from what I said, you know? Yeah. And I just got really sarcastic and I said, well, do you know what? It's a great idea, though. I'll get a warehouse full of incinerators and then I'll connect mics and speakers and I'll route the audio into them. And I guess I'd have to have a team of people to change the speakers around every night. You know, they went into this whole thing.
We'll have like a 2,000 employee project.
Exactly. And then I said, but, you know, the plugin's like $19.99 though. So there's economies of scale that don't work on this, you know, but leave it with me. And I said, it's just brilliant. And I don't think he ever realized because I posted it in a few other places. We used it in the advertising as well. So it was amazing. But yeah, poor guy has lost his Reddit account now because he was really rude to someone. So
there's some right.
The audio doesn't leave my house. How can it go through your incinerator?
What's the number 8 rule of the clown army again?
Oh, yes. Don't be a something, I would say. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just weird. I mean, and then I noticed from some of his other posts, because I was trying to work out what was really going on, that he was just, just weird, really. Just some people get really fixated about that kind of stuff. Anyway, it was very, very funny. Let's just check. There was a couple of other questions coming on. It's 10 mil. Hello, sir. Is Eric going to get a TD3 and RD3?
I mean, I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. Mama needs a new computer for the studio first, is all I know. Right.
Yeah. Is it suffering a bit? Are you PC or Mac up there?
Mac. I'm sorry, I'm getting a Mac. I'm currently PC.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's if you're getting one of the newer Macs, they're crazy price though. But
that's the only reason I haven't yet. Yeah. I've always been anti-Apple. I don't know why. I think it's just a cool thing to be. But at this point, the PC that I'm running, you know, I think I've reached its limit. You know, I've reached its limit. Yeah. If I push it too hard, my CPU goes out the roof. It's driving me bonkers.
There's definitely an Apple tax on their kit. I mean, I was Atari originally, and then it was a natural flip to Macs because they could do stuff that PCs didn't. You know, my weird friends would be waving motherboards at me and stuff. I was like, what's that? You switch it on and a stream of text would go down. How does that work? But yeah, I've had PCs. I've got a gaming PC and stuff. But there's something that just works for me with a Mac. In that, because they kind of own the hardware and I use Logic, so they own the software as well. It's a nice thing. If I was using Ableton, maybe less so, because, you know, I use Ableton if someone sends me a session on it and I do play around with it, but I'm still kind of locked into that Logic workflow. Yeah.
You find what you find, and if it works for you.
Exactly. If it gets in the way, then, you know. And things like, you know, if I've got a photo on my phone, it'll pop up on the Mac. You know, that stuff, I'm sure. Yeah. But I mean, Piero's saying, so glad Eric found his voice.
Because of you, man. You helped me, man. You helped me the whole way, man. Seriously.
Totally. I mean, big up Mark Gardner and the URL and Clownfest and everything. It's not the first time we've said that, but if you are listening after the event or you're watching live and you haven't come across it, do search Unsigned Wiggly Live on
it's an
YouTube.
Amazing group of people. Honestly, before I met the URL and got involved with the URL, I was kind of just like flopping in the wind, no direction, didn't really want to know, or didn't really know what I wanted to do or how I wanted to proceed, you know, and it was just about to quit, you know. It was getting to a point where I was just like, I can't take it no more, you know. And then just part of the community, getting involved with it and stuff, you know, it brought new life and motivation to me and stuff. Meeting people like you, Fanatic 12,000, March, and all of them, you know. I can't have not enough time to name them all.
I think that's true. I mean, this stream wouldn't exist. I mean, I wouldn't know half the people. I got involved with Sonic State just through sort of friends, and this is a slightly different but linked culture to that, isn't it? Really, but I didn't know any of these guys existed, and I think I saw Mark. It wasn't in the bath, but it was doing something, and it was a bit scary. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I better follow this just to find out what's going on. But it's probably
was it the
not
30,000 chaos pads?
Yeah, probably. It was just the look, and I think it was a video of him and Oliver Gold heading off to some gig somewhere with Amy, and it was funny and it was interesting, and I was like, oh, this is interesting, you know. But it was enough to go, oh, I better hit that follow button and see what's going on. And then the URL, and then I met people like Inky online, loads of people that, you know, and Inky's responsible for this.
Inky, I can't help but go, Inky!
Yeah, exactly.
Like Tourette's, like a thing. Inky!
Well, I mean, she suggested doing this because there wasn't anything on the Sunday after Jamie stopped, and now Jamie's back coming in before us, which is even better. And she's moderator on this as well. So everyone's so nice here. We hardly need her services, but it's really good every week. You know, she's out there looking after the chat and keeping everyone company. So, and you open up this kind of warm, I've said it before, but the positivity that comes out of this group of people, and that includes Sonic State, actually includes the URL, includes the live jammers and the doorless jamming and the hardware jammers and the Golden Shrimp Guild, who's another amazing thing. It's quite a force to be reckoned with, actually, and it's never any negativity. I mean, people might fall out with each other over something, but there's never judgment going on. Oh, that's a rubbish track, you know, listen to mine instead. That kind of stuff that you might expect. It just doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, the worst you get is a little, analog's better than digital, you know, but other than that, nobody's a jerk, you know.
No, exactly. And they're very positive in people trying to improve as well, you know, and criticism is taken constructively. Well, that's hard to say.
Well, an example comes to mind, actually, and I think this might be how I met you, is I threw a newbie question out there, you know, something about EQing, and, you know, I was like, oh, God, they're going to tear me apart. Yeah. I know it's a stupid question, and then I think you, Tony Duncan, there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 people that just like went above and beyond to help me with the issue I was having, you know?
Yeah, I think that was it. Was it. And then you sounded down one day or something, or we were just still in the same chat, and it was just, let's just make it better. It is good because you forget that people don't understand or have the experience or the knowledge, and this stuff is quite simple sometimes, you know. But if you have no idea, it's a bit like looking at modular. If you've never done modular, you'd be like, what the, you know.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes the really good thing is there isn't a right answer. There's the established answer. But actually plenty of people break the rules like everyone else, and then it's kind of cool. It was Paul Artola saying, any good music stores left in Tampa? Oh, yeah. Remember Thoroughbred when I was on the North Nebraska Avenue?
North Nebraska Avenue, huh? That's right up the road from me, dude. I mean, no, not really. It feels like Guitar Center kind of killed a lot of that vibe. But there is Sam Ash right on the bay. And this place is like a music superstore. I mean, it's like probably 50,000 square foot music store. It's huge with multiple levels and stuff. I go in there and get lost, and I drive everybody crazy. A lot of times I go there if I'm thinking about a piece of gear that I might want to buy, because they set it up where you can go and play with it there before you buy it. You know, so
Yeah.
Sam Ash is probably the one.
Is that how it's kind of gone, where massive superstores have killed the high street? I mean, it's pretty much the same over here. It's almost all online now in the UK. But
Yeah, seriously. I mean, you'll pay extra, it seems, to go to the music store than you would buy it online.
Yeah.
You know, a middleman kind of tax, if you will.
Yeah, we have a very small music store, actually, literally up the road, which is quite rare, and they've got so much trouble on twofold. Obviously, they've got people support the local shops, which is good, you know, so they will sell stuff, and they sell a lot of stuff to school kids and stuff and people learning, but they've got trouble because they can't buy enough bulk from people like Gibson guitars and stuff, or Fender. They just can't make the you know, they're being penalized really because they're not buying enough stock compared to some of the big boys online, you know, which is terrible.
Give that price that the consumer wants.
Exactly. So, I mean, and it's almost like a last man standing thing. There is money enough to be made, but it must be really mind-numbingly hard work and depressing a lot of the time to keep the whole thing rolling. So, yeah, support your community music stores if you can, even if it costs an extra couple of quid.
Record shops too.
Yeah.
This is another thing. A lot of that's going online too. You know?
Actually, that's true. And a friend of mine was saying, gosh, probably a year and a half ago now, he has a distribution company, which was originally all vinyl, then went into CDs, and he also brokers digital into iTunes and stuff now. But even that's being threatened by, you know, DistroKid and that kind of stuff because it's so simple. But he said his main profit now is vinyl, because people will spend 20 quid on a record, you know.
Vinyl's making a come around, man.
Yeah, and this has been for the last year and a half. He said it's pretty much supporting his business in vinyl sales, and it's flipped completely the other way because, you know, there's more profit in it fundamentally. You know, it's still, you've got to manufacture, but if you can manufacture in enough bulk. But over here there's a real shortage of pressing time now because all the major artists like Adele has booked it all up. You know, whoever's there, they just book the plants up. You know what I mean? So question from Synthetic, thank you very much, and please in the chat if anyone has other questions for Eric or about anything really, bang them in. What's your favorite style and synth to use for it? Wow, that's a hard question.
I'm gonna say my favorite synth, and that's the easy part of this, is my SEO2, the Roland Boutique, you know, SEO2.
Studio Electronics, right?
Yep, because it's really the most hands-on synthesizer that I own. So I go to it on everything I make. I've been really big into electro lately, and believe it or not, reggae.
Oh, cool. Right up my street.
Reggae is my first love, so.
Brilliant. I love dubstep, and I'm late to the party, very, very late to the party, but just a feeling and a groove about that stuff. And I really like creativity on the mixing desk, you know, which is what dub's all about, you know, firing stuff off.
Here in Florida, both electro and the reggae are a big influence for like the local music.
Yeah.
Just because of the islander kind of, you know, you got all the Caribbean islands right next door, like 50 miles away.
Yes.
And then as far as electro goes, I mean, you got like Miami bass and all of that, you know, so it's really been taking an influence or putting an influence on me as those two.
I mean, with the whole rap comeback with the 808s and stuff on the drill side in the UK, which I think has hit America quite big. Yeah. It's very Miami bass actually, thinking about it, isn't it? Those really low 808s coming back again.
Yeah. And I think about Miami bass from way back in the day, you know?
Yeah. I remember reading it years ago, going, "What's that all about?" You know, when it was just a US based thing. Wow. What else have we got here? Piero's saying he's only got 6 Chaos pads in the rig at the moment.
I see that your Chaos pad treatment is working. You're working through the 12 steps.
Yes.
I want to applaud you.
How many Volkers though?
I don't know how many he can fit up there, but.
10 mil saying going to come out with a new Chaos pad possibly. I think they stopped making them. Maybe they will. They're a really cool thing, gotta say. Just kind of flipping lately through the chat because we got very, very behind. Please kind of go ahead with any questions and stuff. I got a really question for Eric. Hang on a second. Do you prefer undergrounds over mainstream events? Ooh, nice one.
Undergrounds always. I cannot stand these big festivals you see on pictures and stuff. It's too fake. It's too fake feeling. Whereas underground parties and stuff, you know, everybody's there for the same reason, you know?
Yeah.
And it's less enforced, so people can let loose more, you know?
It looked really good where Jen was earlier.
All day.
It looked really good where Jen was. Excuse me, Jen was earlier. That kind of, I'm guessing that's pretty underground. What's going on out there? So,
just your friends in the woods party.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And a series of about 4 because it takes the first 3 to set it all up.
Yes.
It's really, really good.
And as
Keep
a kid,
it underground.
in high school up in South Dakota, I actually used to put together parties in the middle of a cornfield.
Oh, wow.
Cornfield. We had a friend that had a system. Friend had the land. So
nice.
They had a section cut out in the middle of this huge cornfield that would set up and party all night.
Oh, wow. How ace is that? Man. Are you DJing as well?
Not really, no. Not really. I have some ambitions to maybe put together a turntable kind of thing in my my studio space, but I haven't really ventured that out there yet.
It's an interesting thing for live jams. I picked it up from Beardy Man, who had bought a controller. I can't remember which controller he was using, but he was using Virtual DJ.
Okay.
Which isn't kind of ranked as a major DJ controller, but what it did was you can move the treble, mid and bass filters and actually apply them real time to the mix so that the treble filter becomes fade out the hi-hat, the middle one turn up the voice, and the bottom one so basically you get four knobs on this thing. You can do kick drum, tune, top end, and vocal in the same way that Isotope and quite a lot of other stuff now, you can give it a stereo file and it will separate it into stems, and it doesn't sound perfect, but it's pretty good. You know, you can remove vocals and stuff from it. They've got a real-time one built in there. I mean, that's one thing I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Talking to computers is another one. You know what I mean? It's like, what? But yeah, and so he uses it as part of his live jamming session. So he's using a looper, but he's remixing stuff through the deck. So he runs everything through the deck, through his turntable deck as one of the inputs, and he can do it in real time. And I guess it gives him the ability to have a backup audio stream on the other one that he can drop to, you know, if he messes up over here, or he can be resetting stuff. So I think a lot more people will start to use them on their live jams just because you can kind of real time mix. I don't know if other DJ software will do it, but Virtual DJ, I was playing with it. It's really, really cool. Actually, I think Jen's going to get one as well for her stuff.
That'd be brilliant for her thing.
I have a couple of questions, actually, a couple of things that came up during the week. Nothing to worry about. Just things I thought were quite interesting, which are musical questions. So I thought I'd just try something. This is a picture of Wayne Hussey, out of the Mission, who are they're still going, a big band in the 80s. This is his set list from a couple of days ago. I wonder if anyone knows what those numbers represent. Dim, 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 dim. Because I didn't. I had to ask. I got a mate who knows the drummer. So I may have texted my mate who asked the drummer.
It's not the time signature, is it?
No, not at all. He's a guitarist and a singer. So it's a guitar-y thing. If it scores out of 10, it's actually quite good. Shots per song, numbers from MIDI packs, path numbers, no.
The patch presets.
Pretty much, actually. Yeah, they're guitar patch presets. Yeah, because I couldn't work it out because he's playing a guitar, right? And I'm thinking, what is that? So he's got well done. He's got like obviously one of these kind of guitar all-in-one boxes that they use now.
Okay.
So rather than lots of pedals on a board, he's just got patches set up in a master unit, and yeah, they're the patches, which I thought was kind of cool.
That's smart. I've been actually trying to do that with my jams and stuff.
Right.
Just writing out a little patch change kind of a map, if you will.
Yeah. It's a dream to try and do that and have everything synchronized and move it, and you can use sort of MIDI patch change numbers or
Then I discovered that I can have Ableton change the patch for me.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I it's kind of cool. I'm always moaning about the lack of aux send knobs on a mixing desk, so that you can, like for a dub, you can add more reverb. If you've got 4 or 5 sends on each channel, you can just fly echoes out and do stuff live, and they don't exist anymore. But I have managed to kind of start mapping aux sends in Ableton to knobs, to real knobs, on MIDI controllers, and it's getting there. But do you know what I mean? I always end up starting from scratch every time I do you know what I mean? I get load it out. It's like, no, I'm just going to start again.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, Paul Artola's saying like the MIDI router. Yeah, absolutely. And the other one I found, which is this is a track listing from a Gladys Knight and the Pips recording, which would have been way back 70s, I guess, by Ashford and Simpson. And someone was asking what the data tracks were on basically each. If you've never seen a track list like this, just in case, this is a 24-track reel-to-reel recording. So you've got on each of your 24 tracks, you put something. So you've got bass and so on. And they've used 2 data tracks, which are actually sync tracks that they use to sync old sequences and stuff on. But what surprised me, if you look on track number 4, any idea what a sock is? And this took me right down a merry old
I don't suppose they're literally playing a sock.
No. I asked the guy, I said, I don't really care about your data channels. But what the hell is a sock? Yes. It turned out the data channels were just some kind of obscure data that they'd used, and I can't remember. I think it was to sync another tape machine on at one stage. It's actually a hi-hat. You would expect it to be a hi-hat there. So kick drum, BD is a kick drum snare. Yeah. Sock is a hi-hat, and then the kit is the overhead mics on left and right of the kit. But a sock is a hi-hat, and the reason that they called it a hi-hat, a sock rather, is because, let me just try and lose this picture again, hang on. It used to be down low near the kick drum pedal, and you used to play it with your other foot, and they called it a sock, which is I'd never ever come across before. So literally, the sock. So they would use the foot would be for the kick drum, and the sock would be for the hi-hat pedal. So I guess
have never guessed that. I was thinking maybe they muted some kind of instrument using a sock.
Well, exactly, me too.
Sound, they put a sock on it to add a muted effect.
I'm thinking that they never used to hit the hi-hat. I think they just used to go like a one-man band where he's got his cymbal on the back. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's going like that with his foot. He'd be like.
Those little automatic monkey things.
Exactly. So it was, So and I spoke to a couple of old engineers in groups. I go and say, the sock. That's it. Never heard it before. No, me neither. Low hat is exactly what it is. Cresthead. Yeah, low. I think that's what they called it, a low hat, because it was near the floor. So the sock. Anyway, that was my the two little musical. We haven't got enough music going on in this show, so I thought I had a couple of musical bits. I think we're kind of done, aren't we? There is one little thing to mention, which is thank you to Oliver Gold, who asked Lula May if she might. Well, basically what happened is Lula May drew a picture of me, which I used as my Facebook picture, which is this. And as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. You can hardly tell the difference if I, do that.
I cannot tell the difference at all.
Insanely good, isn't it? So
That's the real you.
Yeah, that's exactly. And this is the picture.
Yeah.
So I made it my favorite. And Oliver Gold said, "This is amazing. Can I have one? I'll donate to Great Ormond Street. You know, give me one." So she then did one of Oliver Gold, which looks like this. Which is, I accidentally picked a grumpy looking. Well, accidentally, I'd say. Picked a grumpy looking picture of Oliver Gold when his lips swelled up because he had an allergic reaction to something.
Accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, very, very accidentally. And then the amazing Paul Morrison on Facebook hit us up and said, "This is brilliant. I'll donate £5 to Great Ormond Street if you do one for me." So she did this one for him, which I think is... So I'm just saying, if anyone would like their own avatar done, well, you can have a free one for coming on. Definitely, that'll be absolutely fine. Couple of quid to Great Ormond Street and it's yours. So hit us up. You can email hello@mrwiggly.co.uk, or if you're my mate on Facebook, hit us up there. You know, literally donate a couple of quid to Great Ormond Street, and she loves doing them, and she's pretty fast. I believe it or not. It doesn't take her too long.
I thought it would have took months to make that.
Exactly. Well, I think the trick is there's no noses so far. Anyway, Morgan spotted it as well. So
I think we should make this a trending thing. You know.
Well, I think it'd be good, wouldn't it? You know, so because there's something weirdly good about them. So, yeah, hello at mrwiggly.co.uk. You could be part of the new team of Lula May's drawings, which have a certain charm to them.
I gotta say, Lula May, I'm always impressed by her because she's such a natural when she comes on here. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it is crazy.
Her confidence levels, she's just for her age, you know.
Yeah, she's 10, and it is amazing. I mean, she asked to come on ages ago. I think actually, Mark was the second guest we had. Jamie, who does the show before us, was the first guest, and she said, "Oh, I've got some quiz." I said something like, "I'll do a quiz," but she said, "Well, I'll do the questions." And she came up with these questions, which was like, what's the best Disney princess and stuff? And I was like, this is brilliant, because you can't Google the answer, you know. So we did that, but she didn't come on. And then she saw it and she said, well, can I ask them? And then from then on, from like show 3, she's pretty much been the same, to be honest. She's full of confidence. It's the YouTube generation.
I had that confidence.
It's just, yeah.
That age, it doesn't matter in general. I mean.
Yeah, it's such a big thing, and obviously, you know, raising the money as well is an epic thing. So she's done super well.
A lot of people raise money and stuff, but it's just for their own platform, their own page, and stuff. That you guys can get it for a good cause.
Yeah, I think people give more. And the reason for not doing it like as a Patreon or something is that you'd feel obliged to do stuff, I think. Which is fine if you are going to do that, but you know, if this wasn't fun, I don't think we'd do it. Do you know what I mean? It has to be fun. And if you suddenly think, well, actually, do you know, people are paying us money, so we've got to do the show today. You know, we will still do the show, but it's different. You know, it
gives you a little more freedom.
Yeah,
a little more freedom.
Exactly.
Do what you want.
Exactly. So, future for you? What you've got planned? Where do you want to be this time next year in an ideal, perfect world?
Well, this time next year, I hope to have had many more challenges in the URL. I hope to have my studio continue and growing, a new computer, and just keep having fun with music. That's what it's all about, man. If we're not having fun with music, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
One thing to look out for, though, as a lot of people know, me and Fanatic 12,000 have been working together. We did a Clownfest set for Clownfest 8 Electro Day, and we've been working together on a little release that we're going to be releasing later this week. So actually, you guys heard it here first.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
Wow. So,
Transatlantic Funk is what
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so are you on different sides of the world, effectively?
Yeah, he is in France, and I'm in Florida.
I knew you were working together, but I had no idea of the logistics. That's amazing. Wow.
We every week, a couple times a week, get together, Zoom calls and stuff, and we work on it. I throw ideas at him. Him being a music teacher shows me how to make him better and helps me grow in that way. You know.
Wow.
So it's it's not just a collaboration, you know, like I've gained a mentor, a friend, and that's what it's all about, man.
Couldn't have put it better. Absolutely. And that's the URL /Clownfest /Hardware Jams / Golden Shrimp Guild live jammers. Yeah, fantastic. Eric and Stephen, who's Fanatic 12,000, did not know each other 3 years ago. Now they're super close. It's beautiful. Yeah. Absolutely. What a good moment to leave it, I guess. Magic Box, thank you so much for joining us. Ray Malone, thank you so much for joining us. I'm hoping you can get over for, as you say, next year for some fun in Berlin or in the UK or whatever. It'd be great to see you. Cool. Listen, thank you so much, Eric. What a fabulous show.
Thank you
Absolute
for having
pleasure.
me. This kind of thing, it's outside of my normal comfort zone. You know, so
it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You, man.
So positive, and thank you so much for everything that you do with Mark online and the challenges. You know, you're making myself and everyone else. You're getting us to make tracks, and that's all that it takes. Do you know what I mean? It's like set a deadline, give them a challenge, and I'll do something for that.
I love the challenge. It's like get your butts in there, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to see you. No pressure, but I'm excited to see what you do.
The 80s one.
For the 80s challenge.
Everything I do is 80s. I've got to do it now.
Yeah.
Oh, I left it till the last minute last time. It came out okay, but I want to concentrate on this one a bit. But as will everybody else. How many entries did you have on the last one? There were loads of tracks, weren't there, by the time it went?
25.
Yeah, I mean, really good.
25,
really good.
30 maybe.
Yeah, I think you're nearer the 30 mark. So it's a long show of, 5-minute tracks 30 times over. So no, that'd be great. I hope you get even more this time. But anyone else who wants to join in, I mean, of all the stuff, maybe an 80s influenced jam has got to be the way to go, because there's a it's coming back anyway with all the synthwave stuff coming in there.
God, the 80s are the
so
thing right now.
Absolutely. So you can actually release the jam and the track that you've done afterwards, which would be super cool. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it.
I'm gonna do.
Well, no, I can't wait. I mean, we'll do another. We'll come back together when they're coming out. I mean, there'll be a URL show with all the tracks back to back. But we should probably maybe do a little one with all the people that played that want to come on. They could talk us through it. That'd be quite a neat show.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do that.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much again, honestly. Thank you everyone that's donated. I know it wasn't a full donate show because obviously we had a beautiful dog. If you missed it, beautiful Hazel the dog is now a part of the Wiggly household. Rewind. I'm sure she'll make an appearance of some kind next week. But we had the horn off for most of the show. But thank you to Kent Spong, and thank you to Andrew Brooks. Very kind. And we'll see you all again, same time, same place next week for the Sunday live stream. Not sure who's coming on. Nick Batt is coming on, not next week. He's away for 2 weeks. But we've got a date lined up. I'll let you know as soon as it is done, because what we'll do is we'll give away these push turn move stuff for anyone who has donated. Should be a crazy show with Nick, because we can actually find out how the pulse width modulation master works. In the meantime, thanks again to everyone in the chat that's been watching the show. Huge thanks to Eric Lewing for being a part of it, and we'll see you all next week. Okie doke, nice one. I'm just finding the outro music if I can come across it. In the meantime, I will just keep chatting. I tell you what, there is so much video here. Here we go. Thank you so much. See you again this time next week. Take care. Bye.
Urbanist connect so with the herb pipe. Link up the harmonized, left the termite. But beyond obsolete blessings, a birthright. We live a life which a lot warm in us all worldwide. Cosmic love energy, I go herbicide free, organically, me say worthwhile. Watch the way one of you take termites in terms of definitions and some termites. Yes, I check the eye. One side is defined by one side the other. I.e. I am an idea's man. I assign too much of the qualities of my guy. Who's free if I'm talking like there's two of me? One is a construct, one is a creativity. The supreme one, all encompassing information in and of itself, most definitely. Another life infinitely, most life infinitely. Beyond the scripture, niceness can be. Blessed be. Itinerary, Mr. Pick up a being, that's the infinity.